Have you ever been staring at a pack of baseball cards, flipped it over, and just wondered what on earth all those numbers actually mean? Well, today we are going to decode the thrill of the chase. All right, let's jump right in.
So, to guide us through this, we're using the official pack odds from a pretty high-end product, the 2025 Topps Chrome Sapphire Edition. This set is the perfect example because it just brilliantly lays out how rarity scales up, from the cards you'll see all the time to the ones that are, a true once-in-a-lifetime pool. Because really, that's what this is all about. It's about taking these abstract numbers and translating them into that real-world feeling of hunting for that one special card. I mean, it's the heart of the hobby. And today we're going to break down exactly what you're up against.
Okay, before we start climbing that ladder of rarity, we gotta get the foundation right. So, let's start with the absolute basics. What do these numbers on the pack actually mean?
So, here's the deal with pack odds. When you see something like 1 in 5, it's not a guarantee that you'll find that card on your 5th pack. Not at all. It's an average, right? It's calculated over the entire print run. You might get super lucky and hit it on your first pack, or you could open 10 and find nothing. It's all about probability.
Every single collection starts with the base set. These are your bread and butter, the most common cards, the absolute foundation. But even right here, rarity starts to creep in almost immediately.
And that very first step up the ladder is something called a parallel. Think of it like a special version of a regular card. It's the same player, same photo, but it's got a different colored border or maybe a cool shimmering finish. This is really the first level of the chase.
Now check this out, because this is where it gets interesting. Look at how quickly these odds just escalate. You start with a gold sapphire parallel, which you can kind of expect to find on average about once every 5 packs. Not too bad. But then you go to orange, then black, then red, and the difficulty just skyrockets until you hit the Pat parallel. And yeah, that's named after a super rare pinkish-orange gemstone, which pretty much tells you everything you need to know about how tough this card is to find.
That's right, 1 in 278 packs, on average, just to find one of these rare base parallels. And remember, we're not even talking about autographs or special inserts yet. This is just a color swap of a regular card, and it's already a serious challenge to pull.
Okay, so that's how rarity works even inside the common cards. But now, let's kick it up a notch. We're leaving those base set variations behind, and we're hunting for something that is completely different by design. The inserts.
Inserts are their own thing. They have unique designs, different themes. They aren't just parallels of the base cards. No. They're like a set within the set, with totally different artwork and concepts. And this is where the odds can start to get really wild.
So let's look at one type, base card image variations. These use different photos for the players in the base set, which makes them a really subtle but super cool find. Just pulling the most basic one is a 1 in 22 pack challenge. But if you're after the rarest one, that Pad Paradasha version, you're looking at odds of 1 in over 1,600 packs.
And if you thought that was crazy, check this out. For the Sapphire Selections insert set, the numbers just get even bigger. The base version is already tough, at 1 in 81 packs. But to find its rarest parallel, the Pad Paradasha, you would need to open, on average, over 4,000 packs of cards.
So let's put these side by side. Both of these are rare inserts, right? But they represent totally different levels of the chase. One's a subtle photo swap, the other is this flashy, custom design set, and as you can see, the odds reflect that difference in a huge way.
All right, deep breaths, everyone. We have reached the summit. We've gone through parallels, we've gone through inserts. It is time to talk about the cards that collectors truly dream of pulling from a pack, the autographs.
Now here's something fascinating. Finding a base autograph is actually easier than finding some of those rare inserts we just looked at. It's only 1 in 16 packs. But the real chase, as you know, it's not for the base auto. It's for those colored parallels. And as this just brilliantly illustrates, getting that rare Padpad Raja autograph, that is a monumental task at almost 1 in 2,300 packs.
But believe it or not, that's still not the top of the mountain. We've looked at base parallels, we've looked at rare inserts, and now they're autographs. So what happens when you combine them? What is the single toughest card to find in this entire product? Just look at that number. 1 in 7,294 packs. Let that sink in. To even have a 50-50 shot at pulling this card, you would have to open thousands upon thousands of packs. And here it is. This is the grail of this set.
It combines the rare Sapphire Selections insert, the absolute rarest pad part shade duck color, and an autograph from the player. It is the perfect storm of rarity. I mean, it is the dictionary definition of a chase card.
This chart just puts it all into perspective, doesn't it? Look at that tiny little bar for the gold parallel we started with. Now, compare that to the much bigger bar for the rare pad Paraja base parallel. And then, look at the absolute skyscraper next to them. That represents the odds of hitting that one ultimate card. The difference is just staggering.
So after seeing all these numbers, from a manageable 1 in 5 all the way up to a mind-bending 1 in 7,294, a couple of things become crystal clear. First, rarity in modern cards doesn't just increase, it increases exponentially. And second, the chase isn't just about the odds. It's that perfect storm of a unique design, the right player, and that nearly impossible number.
And that brings us to the final thought I want to leave you with. Knowing all of this, knowing these insane odds, what makes the chase worthwhile? Is it the potential value? Is it the bragging rights? Or is it just that unmatched thrill of beating those astronomical odds and holding that one incredible piece of cardboard in your hands? The numbers explain the chase, but only you can decide why it matters. Thanks for tuning in.